I'm Jimenez Lai. I'm an architect, author, and educator.
One of the processes of design for me is making and telling stories, having this keen eye to look at the world through a subjective lens. The layer of jadedness gets sanded off every time you go away. It helps you whenever you turn home and you work on your projects again. I've come to Seattle to inform the way I approach my work. Traveling and learning something about a city and then producing a piece of work as a result of it is an exciting opportunity. We're kicking off this trip by a visit to Chihuly Glass Garden.
Glass is one of the most important things in architecture. Make a building interesting, beautiful, or not.
My good friend Michael LOVERICH will be meeting me there.
Good to see you, man.
Here in Seattle, will kind of alter your idea a little bit more?
No, it's already changing a little bit because in a city of concrete and gasoline that I live in, I would never encounter such lusciousness and such variety of colors.
One of the cool things about Seattle that I really love is the amount of topography. In it. The city, you're always looking at other things, not just buildings.
Being so close to the sea, I think there's a feeling that you're always on water. When you're always on water and you're always hearing the sound of seagull and you're always hearing crash of wave, and there's this feeling that, you know, this perpetual being on a journey, there's something really beautiful about this city.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Welcome to Arboretum.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually went to architecture school for 3 years. Went up from 18 to 21.
Did you build this place?
Yes, I did.
When I do architecture, I'm always speaking about architecture as a platform for social engagement, right?
Sure.
I'm here to facilitate people meeting people, but the most primal way of meeting someone is eating with someone.
I agree.
Right. When I go home, I'm probably going to try to make this. Probably fail.
If you need
I'll
it,
try it.
I'll give you my email address. If you have any questions, you can email me. I'll try to help you along the way.
It feels like, I feel like I'm in a painting right now. I'm not really supposed to be in the painting, but it's wonderful.
I got one, guys. I've never caught a fish before.
There he is, right over there.
Yeah. Oh my God. So cool. Amazing.
I've been out here fishing for 40 years, but I've never seen them that close, ever.
Architecture is a lifestyle, and it's really, really demanding. As an architect, you always look for architectural qualities everywhere you go. So the imperfection of the geometry is something that no amount of maniacal control can achieve. By being in an environment like this, you could learn a thing or two about composition, and it's beautiful. Architecture influences the way that you feel about who you are, what kind of a character you could be or cannot be. An architect looks at our reality and redefines it and physically constructs a new universe. In the project that I'm going to construct, it's probably really important for me to elevate a surface or elevate a platform. Maybe it's in the cultural zeitgeist here in Seattle. The attention to craft is something that I would like to introduce into my work for this project. I think I died and went to heaven because this is maybe the most important building to me in my stages of development.
It's a building that changes the environment around it and creates a more dynamic city space. Thousands of people waited outside. Basically every architect in the city of Seattle lined up. Prelude to the idea of the building as this kind of architectural pilgrimage site. Seattle Public Library has had an immense influence on not just me, but many, many architects of my generation. One of the ways of capturing Seattle would be to kind of reinvigorate it with the actual experience. Seattle is no longer the regional center it was. It's now a global city, and this is a global building. Olson Kundig is one of the best offices in this region, and it makes me really excited to meet Tom Kundig.
Architecture is the intersection of the rational and the poetic. Seattle, in a way, kind of answers all of those questions, but it's also stunningly beautiful, and it really touches your sort of nature in a very personal way. Architecture changes people, interacts with people, and it's a stage where people have to touch it, step on it, the measurable environment. It's important for me to remember my senses, remember what I'm attracted to. I travel to a lot of places, and Seattle is a place that stands out. This structure is the treehouse.
That's inspired by my trip to Seattle. The crooked columns is a direct takeaway from being a place with so many trees. Fluid shapes evoke the St. Ignatius Chapel. The Seattle Public Library made me want to produce something that creates 3 layers of public zones and 3 ways of being social with friends. This structure tells you a story about my trip to Seattle. It was amazing.